Well, hello. I am Jennifer Johnson. This is Jennifer to the Rescue, and I'm glad to have you here today. We're always happy to come to Wofford Theater, and we want to say thank you, if I can speak. We want to say thank you to Logan Street Signs and Banners for being a wonderful, wonderful sponsor of our show every week. And yes, I'm Jennifer Johnson. Jennifer to the Rescue. I call myself an appreciation expert. No, is that right? Yeah. An appreciation. Lyrical, that's what it is. That's what it is. Because that's my music. Lyrical appreciation expert. And that gives me a segue to be able to sing for you now. Is that okay? It goes, oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. That, right. Yeah, that's the basic idea. But I'm so happy I get to bring wonderful guests to my show every week. And Anita Hagen is here today. Mm-hmm. It's funny because we've actually known each other for a long time. And
20 years or more.
20, I'm not that old.
No, me neither.
20 years, I think you're right, though. And Anita is here with Hamilton County Harvest Food Bank. Mm-hmm. That's a mouthful.
Yes.
And you've been working there for...
I have been with the food bank now for over 6 years, and before that with local food pantries. And the food bank serves all Hamilton County food pantries and open to anyone. Currently in our network, we have about 26 small and large, several very small pantries that serve a significant part of our population. And
well, we're going to talk a lot about the food bank, and tell us a little bit about you, because I've known you for 20 years. How did we meet? We met at church, so I know you're a churchgoer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I know, have you always been in Indiana?
Yes, born and raised here in Indiana, southern Indiana, and I've lived in 3 different parts of the state, and went from southern Indiana up to Purdue, and then came back to central Indiana and worked over in Anderson until everything kind of collapsed in the recession, and I've since worked here in the area and especially with the food bank here for the last 6 years.
Okay, so you started out with food pantries, and okay, now I'm just going to be really brutally rude probably, but what degree did you get? Were you at Purdue
yes.
gave you I'm just wondering.
I have a mechanical engineering degree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you were working in that?
In automotive, and I currently work in aerospace.
You're working in aerospace now?
Yes.
So you have a full-time job plus this?
I have a part-time job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been blessed. I also my husband and son, who's 14, Randy and Ross. Yeah, and they're here in the county, and so since he's been born, I've worked part-time.
Oh, good for you. Okay, because I was thinking, there's only so many hours of the day, Anita. How are you doing all this? And I guess I just assumed this was your full-time job.
Yeah.
So.
No, actually, key point, every volunteer, including myself, we are volunteers.
So you're just
100%
good point.
Volunteers.
Good point. Okay. So you, for 6 years, have been at the food bank, but before that you were at the pantries, and you were just helping, not just helping, but you were helping at the pantries. Did you go to different food pantries? Because how many?
No, I was at Bethel Lutheran's food pantry, and that was kind of a neat God moment. I had been recently, the plant had shut down. We were all done with our jobs, so I was semi out of work for 2 years and had been involved in different ministries. And then one day, it just says, no, you're going to go work in the food pantry. I'm like, me and who?
Yeah.
And it clicked, and
so that's a
really
big
good.
That's a big thing that you find somebody who's meant to work in the food pantry. I did work at Bethel's food pantry a couple times, and that's a special gift. Okay, so you started out in the food. You heard the calling. You knew you needed to go do this. So tell us, first of all, when we're talking about the food bank and food pantries, there's a difference, right?
Yeah. The food pantries, we call them the front lines. They're out there with the clients, the families in need, and we want those special people who are interacting, with people
who are
on hard times.
Because you're really meeting people one-on-one.
Yeah, to really be able to connect with them and help them. We don't want their minds half there and stuff, because they're worried about behind them are empty shelves. Okay, so those shelves can get filled by donations from their own church, from the community, but it's hard. Every pantry, think of it as running like a small grocery store or a very large grocery store in some cases around the county. So what we try to do, we try to be the support network for the food pantries.
So the food bank is actually kind of the bank.
They're
you
the
go
bank,
get the
yeah.
food, which
And-
is the okay.
Yeah, any pantry can come to the food bank and get, 500. Sometimes they need 2 loads a month if they're really running low. But pounds of food for their pantry every month and stuff.
Pounds of
Yes,
food.
and these are non-perishable items. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you started with the food bank
Mm-hmm.
6 years ago. Had there been, I mean, up to that point, had there
Yeah,
been?
that's a neat story. The Red Cross of Hamilton County had for years done food drives and functioned in this very same role. Well, the recession doesn't just hit for-profits.
Sure.
The recession hit them. They had someone who would take their space in their building, and they said, would the food pantries who have been using, this space, would they take over what we've been doing? And we had no place to go. We said, but sure, let's give it a try. And at that same time, White River Christian Church was opening up their food pantry. They had space in the back of their building, and they have graciously donated that free of charge to the food bank for the last 6 years. So it all,
It was a God thing.
It was
that
a God
it all
thing.
Came
It all
together.
came together.
One thing we do need to make sure, though, we have not given the website or how they would reach you. So why don't you go ahead and share what what the best way to reach you. This is Anita Hagen, but you're not going to give a phone number. What's the website, right?
Our website is hchfoodbank.org. Again, hchfoodbank.org. And you can reach me directly at Hamilton County Harvest, all one word, at gmail.com.
So Hamilton County Harvest at gmail.com.
It's a long one, but you'll get used to it.
So, yeah, because there's going to be people listening to this and not seeing the screen. So 6 years ago, you took over the food bank, or it became a food bank.
Yeah.
That was kind of the...
Yeah, well, it was a continuation of, the food bank.
And
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back, and then I just want you to tell us exactly how the food bank works. I know that we've already clarified that you're the supply center for the pantry. So everybody is thinking this is the pantry. Does anybody come in and get food at the food bank?
We don't turn anyone away. But,
Obviously.
We have. We are open the same time as White River's food pantry, so a lot of people are in there. And, that parking lot will be filled on Thursday night.
Thursday's a big day.
Yeah.
I know I've gone out there to do some other. Okay, so we're going to be right back. Don't forget to not come back. Please come back. And I'm Jennifer Johnson, Jennifer to the rescue, and we'll be right back with it. Anita again. Thank you. Well, we're back. I'm Jennifer Johnson, and welcome back to Jennifer to the Rescue. And you can certainly find me at jennifertotherescue.com, written all out, jennifertotherescue.com. And my phone number, 317-513-6823, if you'd like to call me or just find out how you get on a show or what we can do to help you here. Thank you to Logan Street Signs and Banners for being a great host, sponsor. They're not on the show. I'm the host, but I'm a lyrical appreciation expert, and yes, it has to do with music, and I can tell you more about that. You can check my website out. We're here with Anita Hagen, though, of Hamilton County Harvest Food Bank, and we were talking about the fact that the food pantry and the food bank are different things. The food pantry. How many different food pantries are there that you guys deal with? Because you're supplying.
We have 26 in our network, but in Hamilton County alone, there's probably closer to 35 going on 40.
Wow.
So, but any pantry within the county is welcome to, be in the network. There's no charge.
So do they just not know about you? Those extra 4 or 5?
They might be more self-contained or. Various reasons,
That's amazing that there's, think about that. Hamilton County only? There's 20?
In Hamilton County. See, people don't think oh my gosh, it's Hamilton County. Well, there's a lot of people in Hamilton County. It's very populated, so with a large population, you have all the different incomes. There's a lot of people that they don't live in the large homes or they're just getting by. Some people are having to make that choice, when you call the food insecurity, that they, am I going to pay my rent this month? Am I going to buy food? Mm-hmm. So, the food pantries give them the ability to, to stay off that edge. We want to keep people off that edge.
And I'm sure and this is not to get away, because we're going to talk all about what the food bank is doing, all kinds of things. What is the number in Hamilton? Is there a number? Is there a guess on how many people are?
Food insecure, Map the Meal Gap of 2014 estimated close to 28,000 food insecure individuals.
And how many people are in Hamilton County?
Oh, that one I don't know.
Okay, I don't know, but I'm just thinking, I know every holiday season, which we're going to talk about, the holidays, it always comes, these numbers, and you're like, oh my gosh, in Hamilton County? Come on. All right. Well, first, let's talk about what's going on at the at the food bank, not the pantry.
Well, one thing that people might not realize too. Wonderful giving community, and everybody. Your donations come in November and December.
Because everybody thinks about it in November.
School drives, food drives, all pantries, all food banks are stuffed in December and January. Well, what we'd like to get the word out is that food runs out by May. April, May, at our food bank, sometimes sooner for others. This year, we did run out sooner. Now, people have been gracious with funds, and we work a partnership with the Meyer Simply Give program where we can use those funds, and they will help match that and purchase food, but we can't get by only on purchased food. So, like this year was the first year we did specifically a summer food drive, and that just wrapped up this weekend. You might have seen the banners around town or around the county. Mm-hmm. It was summer drive-in. Mm-hmm. And so you could drive up and drop off your donations, and the community stepped up, and some wonderful volunteers and everything, and we'd like to, if people still want to give, absolutely.
Because the need
never goes away.
Right.
It never goes away. So you can use our contact information, hchfoodbank.org, if you would like to organize a food drive, or you can go online, easily make an online donation, or write a check. As I said, 85% of our money that's donated goes specifically to purchase food. We feel pretty proud of that. No one within the whole organization, myself included, is a paid position. This is 100% volunteers. This is our community giving back, with some people just putting their heart and soul into helping, those in need. So that's what you can do to help any time of year. Food drive or donations.
So if you're sitting out there thinking, oh gosh, that's kind of cool, you could actually do a food drive right now. You could do it. And I actually have some thoughts in my mind that are I think we'll be doing a food drive right now, because it's just kind of like you think, oh, we'll do that this fall. We'll do that this fall. Well, what do the people do that don't have food now?
Yeah.
So
those shelves are still there.
you have, but you have a number of programs that we talked about a little bit on the break and stuff, that are different. The summer lunch program.
Yes. We started 3 years ago with the food bank. We wanted to help support several food pantries and other programs, only specifically do summer lunch programs. The free and reduced lunches are not available to the kids in the summer, so households are more stretched, more stressed, and some pantries have stepped up and said, no, we're going to help out with that. They do that in a number of different ways. Some serve meals that kids and families can come into. Some pack lunches. Some lunches are delivered. There's a whole vast array of different things, but we help them monetarily. At least $500 to $1,000 to each program. We support 7 summer lunch programs, and they can also come in to receive food directly from the food bank.
So if somebody goes on the website, they can actually say, I want to help with the summer lunch program. There's a
on our online giving section, you can say either just for donated food or specifically to help summer lunch program.
Cool. Well, you also mentioned, and I'm sure there's a number of other programs, but what is the Sunflower Pantry 55 Plus?
That's a new one. It's up in Sheridan, and the First United Methodist Church, and this is one of their outreach ministries. They started this spring, and in their greenhouse they have the Sunflower Pantry, and it specifically helps our friends and neighbors who are age 55 plus with toiletry items, personal care items, cleaning items.
So it's specifically for personal care and these other things. Now, okay, I have a networking group. We did a thing with personal care stuff, and what was it? Because they can't use...
You cannot use your SNAP benefits.
Okay, so they... Okay, so because we had such great response, and we actually gave part of it to Good Samaritan.
Yes.
And you're connected with Good Samaritan, so that's okay. So we felt really good, but then we were able to give about half of it to the villages too, which was... We were pretty excited about that. So that was why the personal care items were so extremely, received so well, because... okay, so... The Sunflower Pantry.
It's up in Sheridan.
Okay. Cool.
And if you go on our website and you want to see also not just how to donate, but also who is all in our network is listed. There's a nice, right on the home page, it'll say Find Help Pantries. And it will list all the pantries in the network. It'll give their address, their contact information, and kind of a little bit of what they do, the areas they might serve, the programs they offer, and
cool. Well, we have we're going to take another short break. We're going to come back and we're going to make sure you know how to get involved right now, and Anita will come back with us in just a minute, so don't go anywhere, please. Well, this show has just flown by. Jennifer Johnson here with Anita Hagen, and we're here at the beautiful Wofford Theater, and I'm Jennifer to the rescue. And I just think it's cool because I get to bring cool guests or really, inspirational guests to this wonderful theater. And we want to thank Logan Street Signs and Banners, before I forget, for being a great sponsor every week. And Anita is with, I gotta say, Hamilton County Harvest Food Bank, which we've already determined you are the place where all these pantries get their food. And you said there's 26 food pantries?
In our network.
Right.
There's more pantries within the county, and any pantry within the county is welcome to join the food bank. And
I think that's awesome. I mean, it's I guess unless we're here sitting talking about it, people just don't know. And we were just talking, I get so excited because my brain is already like, my networking group, we're going to have a food drive. There we go. That's how it's going to go. But we were talking on the breaks. We always talk on the breaks. There's always things, every show. But you talked about all these great things. There is no time like the present to do a food drive. And what else do you need? I mean, what's the biggest thing you need?
To put on a large food drive like we just did, I mean, I can't say enough to say thank you to, the longtime volunteers who were probably by the end putting in 20 hours a week trying to pull off our summer drive-in food drive. I mean, they were just awesome. But first-time volunteers who said, yeah, I'll go be at Forest Park for 4 hours. So, the volunteers are what make, the organization just so much fun, and so, the reason why we do it, because it's a wonderful team effort. But we always need more volunteers, and that's not just coming in and sorting food. We organized the summer drive-in because we had no food to sort, so I said, well, the volunteers can work other places. But just like any organization today, the food bank needs people who can do our social media campaigns, people who can coordinate the volunteers, people who are going to help set up a database that we can more easily, figure out what's going on. So all of those niches that you have a special interest or a special skill or a special talent, we can use those, and it's there's always something out there. All those items are listed on our food bank website. If you go to the volunteer button, you'll see some of the key needs right now, but volunteers are so welcome.
So for those who are listening, what is the website?
It's HCH, Hamilton County Harvest, that's what's that for, hchfoodbank.org.
Okay, so you were talking about there's, volunteers volunteers, just because you can't lift something or whatever, you can be plugged in maybe to something else.
You can't be there, like just at the specific times. I do need to say our food bank is open to the pantries on Tuesdays 10 to 11 and Thursdays 4 to 6. So, but we need volunteers, 24/7, all through the week. There's a lot of social networking that goes on. We have Twitter, Instagram accounts.
So they'd be able to find you on Facebook and stuff too?
Oh, yeah.
What's your Facebook?
Hamilton County Harvest Food Bank.
Oh, it's exactly what it is. Okay, so that's cool. Now, we were talking about the things you could do. Obviously, you can volunteer. You can plan a food drive.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else?
Let me mention something else.
Sure.
We have, this year we've also welcomed, we have several new students called ACTS, students, ACTS, a chance to serve, and these are from different high schools throughout the county, and they help serve on our board. So don't think you have to be, my age, and to
What's wrong with your age?
Come volunteer at the food bank. The kids are really getting involved. We thought we were so cool because we had Facebook. Well, the kids came in. Sorry, Twitter, Instagram, that's where it's at right now. So we have our Twitter, Instagram accounts thanks to our ACTS students. They've submitted some grants. Grant money has come in that they completely put together. So that we've got, a younger volunteer base too that you would want to come check out and see what they're doing. So
it is, and I guess, I don't know why my brain works like that, but when you said the Sunflower Pantry 55 plus, I'm thinking, oh, it's all, for the older, and then you're talking about the summer. You guys are doing everything.
We do a lot.
But there's a lot of need, and
Yeah,
you said it
yeah.
in the first
Yeah.
segment. There's, what did you say the numbers?
28,000 food insecure. And
In-
food insecure means that you might not be receiving like SNAP benefits, but you really don't know where your meals are going to come from. There's some hard choices that you might be making, whether you're going to be paying your rent, your utility bills, or just making sure there's food on the table.
Yeah, that's
So,
it's amazing that we're dealing. But and I thought it was kind of interesting on the website that we met in church, obviously, and there's a definite. But you say you can support the Food Harvest Bank, Hamilton County Food Harvest Bank, Harvest Food Bank. Why am I throwing them? Anyway,
you don't care. The website again.
give it one more time because
hchfoodbank.org.
Yes,
we took out that.
You might want to just not listen to me anymore. But I know you can certainly support it. You can write a check. You can volunteer. But you said pray. Pray. And the power of prayer, we all know.
It goes more than, God provides everything we do. We start our meetings with a prayer. He doesn't take us where we're
And do you
not
think
prepared
it
to go.
just happens to be coincidence that you have your headquartered in White River Christian Church? Probably not.
No, that was a gracious donation.
Well, that was
that
a
was
one-
all orchestrated by more than we could have ever been blessed with.
Exactly. And when you were talking about that you started with them 6 years ago, and it all kind of happened
Yeah.
at the same time that White River had the space. Okay, so it's a God thing. We
Yep.
know that. We know it was a God thing. What was I thinking? The other thing, goodness sake, why don't you give them the website one more time? Because everything is there, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, it's hchfoodbank.org, and that's for Hamilton County Harvest Food Bank. We're here in Hamilton County. All the food that we receive usually comes from local sources. It all goes out to local sources. All the money that's donated is used to purchase food here. 85% of all the money that comes in.
85%.
All of the people who help out at the food bank are volunteers.
Well, that's what That's what
Yeah,
it was. I was going
yeah.
to say.
We would love to welcome you.
Can
we
you-
have a spot just for you.
I think the more I do this show, the more that I realize there's so many people who are doing so many great things, and most of them are not getting paid for it.
Yeah.
They're just doing it
Yeah,
because
but
they're good
paid,
people.
we're paid in other ways.
Well, but I mean,
I could do a shout out to Jim. He helped us organize our first display at Taste of Noblesville.
there you go. So Jim doesn't get paid either. So it works
He
out.
just pitches in.
He just pitches in. Well, we thank you very much, and maybe you can come back in the spring and let us know if there's new things. I mean, so many different wonderful things that are happening within the Hamilton County Harvest Food Bank. I think it's so cool. What was I? Oh, my upbeat. I'm so.
She's going to do her upbeat.
My upbeat. And you know what? My upbeat is always just trying to leave you on an upbeat. And it's just to know that you're not getting paid and you're doing what you do. That's an upbeat enough. But only those who will risk going too far can possibly find out how far they can go, for one can go. And that's T.S. Eliot.
Yes.
But I think that's just such a good, that's just a good way to leave it. I mean, if you don't try, I mean, you say, who am I? I can't do a food drive. No, you probably can. So please think of Hamilton County Harvest Food Bank next time. Not next time, now.
Just
Let's
come and
help them
check
out.
us out.
Check us out. We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.